Welcome to Pop Culture Roulette for all your pop culture needs. We're America's podcast. All right, welcome everybody. A little bit of different episode today. We are doing a bracket, so that's not different, but I'm joined by Charlie
Howdy.
and Tim.
Hey there.
These are voices you maybe remember as one of the few returning guests we've ever had. They are from around the bases, are from We Are Family, the game show that we've repeatedly talked about. Um, I wanted to get back on a regular schedule, and unfortunately, at least one of the other guys was not available. But I decided it's almost baseball season. Baseball season is right around the corner. It is just their spring training is here, so it's unfortunately it snowed today, so like there's we don't have that crisp spring air just yet, but we can feel it. Like they're
You guys had
playing.
you guys had a few warm days up there in
We
Wisconsin,
did.
didn't you?
All the snow completely melted, and then they decided to come back because it's Wisconsin, and why not? It'll snow in June. But
Wait, what snow? It was 80 degrees today.
oh yeah, you Florida people. At least those of you in Chicago can commiserate.
Yeah, we had snow and like you guys, it all melted. It was like 62 on Friday. It was unbelievable. And
Nice.
then we got like flurry, nothing stuck. We got some flurries today.
Yeah, it you know it
62 in Chicago in February is like the
Yeah, and
Pacific.
then 28 the next day. Classic Chicago.
yeah
Yeah.
yeah that's the Midwest for you. If you don't like the weather, wait 15 minutes. It'll be different. So anyway, all right. So, as a reminder to the longtime listeners, and as a helpful hint for the two of you who have, I'm sure, been aware of the pop culture roulette bracket because that
Hmm.
is what we've done. When we do movies, there's a score that gets attached to each movie. It is an IMDb, Rotten Tomato, and Metacritic score added together. So the best possible score is a 300.
Okay.
To my knowledge, no movie has ever gotten a 300. I've gotten a
So,
few.
assuming IMDb, if it has a 7.5 out of 10, you give it 75.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. There is some tiebreaker scenarios. If it has well, for an example, we'll get there, but there are four movies that had like two scores and two scores that were the same. If they had the same score, the tiebreaker was who had the higher Rotten Tomato fan um like the popcorn meter.
Got it.
Because if the score is built on the IMDb score, the the tomato meter, and then the Metacritic score. If for some reason it did not have a Metacritic score, it just automatically the fan score from Rotten Tomatoes got moved over. But
Okay.
every movie has a score of somewhere between 300 and 0.
Hopefully you didn't have a tie after having to use the fan one, because then that would have got a whole lot difficult.
There it has happened. And there's other there, and it's been a while, so I don't remember who it was. It did not happen on this bracket. Um,
Okay.
we will get
What's your fifth
there.
tiebreaker in that break glass in case of emergency?
Even remember, I think it was just preference at that point.
Okay. Flip a
That
Um,
coin.
sounds good.
yeah. Well, like last week we did a bracket on TV theme songs.
Okay.
There's no real objective
TV theme
way.
songs. I
There's
gotta
no
listen to that.
there's no real objective way to rank them. So basically, I just put them on a list however I think of them, and then once they're in the bracket, I hit random for a very number of time, which is when generally you guys get a text and I go, give me a random number between one and whatever. That's if I've ever texted you that, that's what I'm doing. I'm building a bracket for Pop Culture Roulette.
Got it.
So, to give you an idea of the ranges that we're dealing with today, and we will tell the scores when we get there. The highest score was 254. The lowest score was 59.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. What a range.
It is it is quite the range. So, some of the biggest ranges that I've ever seen is a year or two ago when we did parody movie bracket. Like there was a couple that were into the high 250s to maybe think even into the 270s, and then there were some that were down in like the 30.
Wow.
Like movie 43.
I believe that was one that if it even made the list, it would have been yeah.
That one has
Um,
like I think like an 11 on Rotten Tomatoes.
yeah. Well, the movie that has a 59 has a 6 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oof.
Ooh.
But
Woof.
so
Dog.
all right.
All right.
So that's where we stand. We have 23 movies because I stuck to just baseball comedies. Um, it'd be too hard to go Field of Dreams versus Major League. I mean, they're two totally different movies.
Agreed.
It's so I tried to keep some of them are borderline comedy. I gave you guys the list. Normally I don't give out the list ahead of time, but I kind of wanted to get an idea of where if there was any movies that you guys were just like, no, that movie shouldn't be on the list. But you didn't give me any of that feedback, so they're all on the list. There's two on the list that I think I haven't personally seen, but we can you can vote. This is your vote. It takes two of the three of us to move the movie forward. So it doesn't matter who says yay and who says nay. Two people, that's why you have to have three people in a bracket episode. Because there
Fair
will
enough.
Makes
be,
Okay.
sense. Makes
because
sense.
there's a consensus. So if you two are saying yes to this movie and I say yes to a different movie, 2-1, that movie moves forward. So, further ado, let us hit this button here.
And then is that the highest scoring movie as the one seed against the lowest scoring movie for the round, or is it
Because it didn't go the full 32, it's gonna be there's gonna be a couple all right,
some buys? Yeah,
can you see the screen?
I can. Yep.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
all right, so I will hit this. So there's a couple buys. So we're gonna start here with the Scout, the Brendan Fraser early 90s when he was at the before he became the powerhouse of Brendan Fraser, he was this movie. I know I saw it,
I've
but
seen both of these.
I've
as
seen
you
both of them too.
as you can see, it has a 109, so not that great of a score. It is the 17th ranked movie out of the 23 versus Mr. Baseball. Um, Tom Selleck, the mustache
Yep.
himself.
It's a weird movie.
It's a strange movie, but
Yep.
it's got a 114, so it's barely more.
Mm-hmm.
If you have the interest in knowing the scores, I will tell you, but I mean this is ultimately the score. These are not one of the tie. This is not one of the movies that had to go into the tiebreaker scenario. So basically, it is your vote to vote however you choose to fit your criteria. Um, if you've never seen it, you can vote for it, or if you've never seen it, you can be like, I can't rightfully vote for it. I have to vote for the other one because I saw it. Um,
Huh?
However you choose to, I'm not going to tell you how to vote. This is how we end up with like Bob's from Bob's Burgers winning the best TV dad bracket because the other two people that I do this podcast with are weird and will constantly outvote me just to spite me sometimes, I think. But
We're pretty weird too. I don't know.
so whatever
So for that
criteria.
reason, are you holding out your vote to go third so we
And
can no longer spite?
I will rotate through. Like I sometimes I'll vote first, sometimes it just depends. I figured with this one I'll let one of you guys start the voting.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, it do my, these two, I will say this, both movies are not memorable, very unmemorable movies, but the one I slightly remember more than the other, I will say is Mr. Baseball.
Me too. I've definitely rewatched Mr. Baseball more times than The Scout.
It's a weird, stupid movie, but yeah, if I was gonna pick one of the two, I would pick Mr. Baseball.
I think the report scores are pretty
Pretty
fair.
accurate.
Right.
I
Yeah.
think
And
you couldn't really, if you were both were like it has to be The Scout. I wouldn't put up too big of a fight, but I would lean on Mr. Baseball.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna go Mr. Baseball, so I guess that means it's gonna get the clean sweep, all three. For the exact same reasons that you two. I remember Mr. Baseball more. I feel like I've seen it at least twice, and where the Scout I know I watched, but I that's about the length of my memory of actually.
And for me, I feel like if I'm flipping through channels, if The Scout was on, I don't think I would stop. If Mr. Baseball was on, I might.
I
Same.
I feel like at some point, like when like one of those digital services was like, sign up and get 10 free movies, I got Mr. Baseball for free. So
Of course you did.
I feel like I own it on digital, but like I don't know if I've ever actually watched it since I bought it. So all right, but that is moving on. So Mr. Baseball,
Magnum
moving
PI gets the vote.
all right, moving on to the next one. Summer Catch, which is one of the two movies I've never seen. It also has a score of 80 versus Bad News Bears 2, Bad News Bears in Breaking Training, which has a 154. Now, it did have a tiebreaker with a movie that we haven't talked about yet, but it is coming up here in a little bit. So it actually ranked a slightly one place lower than the other movie that had the 154, but we'll get there in a bit. So, Breaking Bad, Bad News Bears in Breaking Training versus Summer Catch.
Well,
Not
like you, I had to see a summer catch at some point, probably when it first came out. I don't remember it at all. Bad News Brad, I've watched the entire Bad News Bears franchise multiple times, so I do remember that movie. So again, I would have to go with that one over the summer catch.
For this one, just to make Nicholas break the tie, I'll take Summer Catch just because it's more recent, and I have a little harder time rewatching that particular one from the 70s just because, it doesn't, the quality is not the same, if that makes sense.
It
So
does.
it
that,
does.
but that's not a big lean.
Okay.
I figure
Um,
let's let him make Nicholas break the first tie.
um, I have seen in Breaking Training. I don't remember it very well, but I feel like there's a reason that I've never watched Summer Catch, and it wasn't because I mean, I do like baseball, but I think it was more of like it just never seemed like the kind of movie that I wanted to watch. I'm gonna go Bad News Bears. I do. We're also in the point where most of the ones that we're voting for right now
They're
are
not going to make it.
probably not gonna make it much past the next round anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Um,
I
okay.
will say Summer Catch has, if you guys are Tommy Boy fans, Tommy Boy's father is also the dad in Summer Catch, just to let you
All right.
know.
Okay. All right. Here's the one movie that I've debated on putting on the list at all, but it is Basketball with a 143, which is a relatively high score for this bracket, are Major League 3 Back to the Minors with a 94, which I believe was the other movie that had a tie, and it got because of it was also the lower of the two of the tie. But that doesn't matter because they're not facing each other, but it is Basketball, the guys that did South Park and a baseball, basketball raunchy parody South Park style movie are the one major league movie that we don't like to talk about. It doesn't
Once
have
you're sending
Tom,
it back to the minors.
yeah, it doesn't have Tom Berenger. It has Scott
Nope.
Bakula.
The guy from Quantum Leap, for those of
Yeah.
you who know TV. Who wants to start?
I mean, this one's an easy pick for me.
Same.
It's
You have
basketball
to go with
all the way.
basketball.
Okay. All
Unbelievably, yeah.
right. So two
You
for
got to go with
basketball.
Trey. You got to go with the South Park guys. Come
Um,
on.
But
You
It's
know
such a
what?
Nicholas doesn't want the sweep here. I think
it's a funny movie.
he's
That's
I
all
leaning
I'll
back to the
say.
minors.
I am leaning towards Back to the Minors, but it wasn't good. And at least I think, you know what? Yeah, all right. Basketball is going to get the clean sweep because it just Back to the Minors it's not a terrible movie, but it's just not as good as the other two.
It didn't deserve a theatrical release if it had one.
I'm not sure it did, but
Maybe it went right to video.
Well, this probably says all you need to know. If you want to go stream it, you can stream it on the Roku channel or Tubi.
Free,
So I think that says
okay.
enough.
free.
Okay.
Uh,
Here's the other movie that
ooh,
tied with Back to the Minors, The Benchwarmers, which has a criminally low score of 94, are Brewster's Millions, which also probably quite a low score at 141. This is, I think, the first hard one we've had to vote on because I love The Benchwarmers. It is so stupid, but it is fun. John Heater, Rob Schneider, David Spade, John Lovitz, like, it's such a good-natured, the warm-hearting movie. But Brewster's Millions is Richard Pryor and John Candy, and it's just, oh, it's so funny. It's so good. It's so this is a tough one for me.
well, it's not tough for me. Another easy one for me. Bruce's Millions, without a doubt. I love Richard Pryor and John Candy. This is up there for one of just an enjoyable movie that I will, to your point earlier, Charlie, if it's on TV, I will definitely stop and watch it. Um,
So
Benchwarmers is good, but not as good as that.
Brewster's Millions, I haven't I wish I've seen it more recently. I feel like I saw that so long ago.
It's
I
an
don't
old
remember
movie.
it well enough. But I also remember, I hate to say this, Nicholas, but I also remember thinking that the Benchwarmers was pretty stupid.
It
There were
is.
definitely some parts I laughed. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, oh,
I like Nick Swardsden. I like Tim Meadows, but
I didn't say it was good. I said it was
yeah,
I
fair. That's fair.
I just said I mean of all of the movies on this list, it's one of the ones I've seen probably the most. I mean, there's a couple that I've seen more, but this is towards the top of the list of the ones I've seen most often. I love that scene when they're like the other teams bring in the ringer, and it's a guy who's clearly like in his 30s, and he has a
The I am
handwritten
12.
I am 12 and like a stack of 20s
That's one of my
like
That
favorite
is
memes, which
funny.
is
Yeah.
the only reason why it made me give it applause.
yeah.
I do
I
love that meme.
know. But it's so hard to vote against Brewster's Millions. I did an episode of 80s Flick Flashback where we covered that movie. So like ah,
It's not just a funny baseball movie. It's just a funny movie. Even if you
right.
take the it's just I mean Richard Pryor. If you think of Richard Pryor movies, I think it's one of his better ones for sure. Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna let Charlie vote on this one before I
Yeah, I'm leaning Brewster's.
okay. All right, then I know won't feel bad about voting for Benchwarmers
Give it a vote.
just because it doesn't matter. All right. The other movie that tied with Bad News Bears Breaking Train, is that? Yeah, that is the one that I voted with. Had the higher score, Little Big League. So that's how it got the 11th seed with also a 154. Or one of the lowest scoring movies on the list, not the lowest scoring, but one of the lowest. Bad News Bears Go to Japan, which Jackie Earl Haley has said is one of the worst movies ever made.
It's not good.
I I pretty sure I saw it. But I mean, I think it's pretty safe to say I think I know how this vote's gonna go.
Yeah, this is a clean sweep.
At 100% Little Big League.
Yeah, it's
It's a
you know you,
classic movie.
you made the list, but that's about as far as you were ever gonna
Bye
go. So
Japan.
bye
Back to
Japan.
Japan.
Moving on. All right. Now we're up to the lowest scoring movie on the list versus the movie that's gonna beat it, Ed. Matt LeBlanc and a monkey
Yes, I remember that. That atrocious
versus
movie.
versus a
Bunky played
movie.
third, didn't he?
I don't even remember. I just remember I watched it because I was
I think
like,
he played the hot corner.
I
Did.
I remember like renting it because I was like, I
Uh,
love baseball and monkeys and but I don't. Our Rookie of the Year, a movie I've definitely
Duh.
watched more than once. I know that Charlie's voting for Rookie of the Year.
So is Tim.
I am too. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, let's not waste any more time talking
Yeah,
about it.
that's
Let's not
it
waste
doesn't
any.
even deserve to be in this part of the bracket.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, good. Nice to know you, Ed, but you're gone.
May
Okay.
may
Here.
as well have been a bye for Rookie of the Year as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically. All right. Now, I also held back on adding too many older movies prior to the 70s. Like when they started getting into black and white, because it was more of just like I've never seen a lot of these movies. So like some of the baseball comedies. So I know that Angels in the Outfield is a remake. This is the new one.
Yes.
This is the one with Joseph Gordon-Levitt when he is a very small child, and Danny Glover and many other people. But it has 137, or Major League Two, which surprisingly only came in at a 106. Major League Two, obviously not as good as Major League, but that's not the debate we're having right now. Angels in the Outfield being one of my wife's favorite baseball movies. And, as an Angels fan, it's complicated for me because, like, I should like it, but, like, I feel like it's making fun of us. So, like, I've always kind of taken it personally a little bit. But, I don't know. I have complicated feelings about this one, but, I feel like I've watched Major League Two probably more than Angels in the Outfield. But I know until recently, like Angels in the Outfield was hard to find until Disney Plus finally put it back on there. So,
Years
Yeah, this is
ago,
this is a hard one.
I was gonna say years ago, McDonald's, and I'm gonna date myself here. McDonald's used to give away like with Happy Meals or with the meals. 'Cause I love McDonald's, obviously. But they used to give away these VHS tapes with like a meal. We used to be able to buy them for like $5, and Angels in the Outfield was one of them. And I had that VHS tape for a good that I've worn it out.
What's a
Um,
VHS? I'm just kidding. I'm
Well, to
kidding.
the
I'm
yeah,
kidding.
no, no, I'm just saying for the little, for
Yeah,
the
no, I'm
what do they
kidding.
call it, a Gen Alpha now? Yeah, that's
I
a,
don't
a
know.
little tape you put in a machine and you play a movie. But Angels
It
in the
was a disc.
Outfield,
It was a round disc.
no, that's a DVD.
Oh, okay.
Um, but I mean, it's these are two really good movies, I will say. But Angels in the Outfield edges it out a little bit for me.
Yeah, this is for me the first like actual one where I like both movies.
Painstaking.
Man, I've I've definitely seen Major League Two more for the same reasons Nicholas is mentioning. But man, I think I think I'm going Angels in the outfield, even though I'm a massive Major League franchise fan.
I'm surprised.
I
But
do
Nicholas
I
would have to break
do
the
like
tie.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt a lot. I do like Danny Glover. Oh man. Oh man.
I
Same.
think I think I'm gonna go with Angels in the Outfield so that I can
Perfect.
stay living in my house. Um,
Well, then if you want, you can throw my vote on Major League too, just so it doesn't
There you
get
go.
swept.
no, it's okay. It's done. It's
Okay.
been locked in. All right, now we're out of the play-in games. Now we're into the regular bracket. We are here now to the number one scoring team, the Bad
Can't
News
believe Tim
Bears.
didn't even mention Christopher Lloyd, by the way.
Uh,
Money.
um, Now this is the 1976 Bad News Bears. It has a score of 254. It has the highest score. It has the highest number of the bracket versus Mr. Baseball, where I think Tom Selleck's Cinderella run is coming to a screeching halt, where most 16 seeds normally end their life facing a number one. But we have to vote. What are we voting for?
There's no movie more iconic from my childhood than The Bad News Bears. I mean, I'm a little older than you guys, and I remember being a little kid watching that movie, and it has this messaging about no, not giving up. I think they should have given up after this movie and not made the sequels. But this movie is a classic, and without a doubt, I would go with the Bad News Bears.
Yeah, I'm definitely not picking against Bad News Bears in this matchup. I will say I was a little surprised to see how far ahead it was the number one seed by overall scores,
It's
but
a big score. I was surprised by
it
that too.
also, well, to your point, Tim, it being a little older, there weren't a ton of big baseball slash sports movies yet. And now maybe by
True.
the time all these other ones came out, there have been more and it felt more watered down. But yeah, I think we're all going Bad News Bears here.
Yeah, Bad News
And
Bears is getting the clean sweep on that one. I think it's going to be a little harder for it going ahead, but we'll see
mhm.
what happens. The next one, two movies we haven't yet talked about. Mr. 3000 with a 167 versus the 2005 Billy Bob Thornton version of the Bad News Bears with a 171. Now, that should tell you something about what people thought of the remake is that the original had a 254, the remake had a 171.
Yeah, 65 on Metacritic for that though is green. So that's a
Yeah, normally Metacritic hates movies, so the Metacritic scores tend to be really low. It's like it just I don't know why Metacritic hates movies the way they do, but
Yeah, I would have to in this situation actually probably go with Mr. 3000. Um, I'm not keen to the fact I wasn't keen to the fact even at the time, sorry Billy Bob, that the movie should have or needed to be remade. So yeah.
well, I mean the argument could be made that very few movies actually need to be remade,
Well,
but
this is true. I do agree.
I
I
mean,
agree with
I
that.
will say that Billy Bob Thornton brought an a level of not energy because it's almost like lack of energy, but that's just the Billy Bob Thornton acting style. Like if you watch Landman or Bad Santa, like
Correct.
he fit the role as well as Walter Matthau did. I just
Mhm.
think it just felt like it was lacking something. I don't know if it was the kids or just the same thing that you said, like it's a remake. I don't know. Like some movies I think are so sacrosanct that maybe you shouldn't remake them. And Bad News Bears, I think, is one of them. Some movies, sure, like if you barely remember it existing in the first place, go ahead, remake it. But like when you have a movie like Bad News Bears, like it's really hard to be like, yeah, we should remake that one.
And not only did they remake that, they remade it in a hockey format, basically, and Mighty Ducks is basically the Bad News to Bear. I mean, it's like the same type of movie, you
Yeah,
know.
you're right. I mean, Bad News Bears kind of set the mold for kid athletic movies.
Hmm.
I mean, very few of them actually have the guts to do what Bad News Bears did,
Oh, yeah.
which is have the hero team actually lose, you know. But I don't know. I I re I s-
I'll go slight edge Bad News Bears because I'm kind of meh on both of these, and I'll give the
yeah
tiebreaker to the non-Brewers movie. You like that?
yeah there you go.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just making sure. So,
okay. So Tim went Mr. 3000. Charlie went in Bad News Bears, so I'm gonna be forced to vote. Oh man, as much as I just bashed it, I think I'm gonna have to give the remake of Bad News Bears my vote because I remember it a little bit more than I remember Mr. 3000, even though it was one of the movies about the Brewers,
I respect that.
which I don't know if they actually filmed in Milwaukee, unlike Major League, which was about the Indians and they filmed in Milwaukee. Um, anyway, but that's not here or there. All right, yeah, Bad News Bears. I don't necessarily know if it should go on, but it did. That's the world we live in with these brackets. To the
I
movie
think
now.
I think a few of us like a few of the higher seeded movies both better than 8 and 9 there. So
Yeah.
there's where the seeding doesn't always.
Well, and that's where like because this is a objective seating, like I can't, I couldn't control where it got seated. Like it is the numbers are what the numbers are. So,
Right.
you know, where like if in the brackets where it's just like, what's your favorite flavor of cookie? Like I can control those matchups a little bit more. All right. The number five ranked movie, which I'm honestly surprised was five and not much higher. 217 Major League versus the movie it's about to trounce, Bad News Bears and Breaking Training. This is a 3-0, right? Like, is it even worth
Well,
talking about?
I don't know. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
3-0. On to the next. 3-0.
Just a bit
I
outside.
just wanted to. I was just gonna,
Tried the
kind of.
corner and missed.
How could Major League not win this bracket? I mean, come on. All right.
Well, there's a couple
No, I mean
movies.
that particular.
Yeah.
That particular. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Basketball, the baseball adjacent movie versus A League of Their Own. Basketball
Yeah.
once again having a 143, A League of Their Own having a 225.
Listen, there's no crying in baseball. That's all I have
There's
to
no
say.
crying in baseball.
There's no crying in baseball. You gotta vote. You're gonna vote against the Peaches? I mean, come on.
No chance.
Not
No
not in
chance.
not in this
The
scenario.
Rockford Peaches?
Not in this scenario. It might happen again. We might be voting against them next. Who knows? I don't know who they're facing.
I love A League of Their Own. It's one of my favorites.
It is a good
Me
one.
too, but I think as Nicholas is saying,
I
I
know.
unfortunately going up against Major League
That's
next.
hard about these bracket things.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
They get
A League
hard.
of Their Own needed to be the 3 seed to avoid Major League until the title.
Yeah. Well, and then but that is what had happened.
Uh,
Speaking of the number three seed, Bull
oh,
Durham with a 240 versus Brewster's Millions with a 141.
yeah, yeah. I love you. I love you, John Candy. I love you, Richard Pryor. But yeah, Bulldog
Okay.
He just
for
hit that
me.
one like he knew a pitch was coming. Yeah, that's because I told him.
I do
Yeah.
like Bull Durham. I mean, it is good, but I'm going Brewster's Millions, so this one's gonna be
Okay.
up to Charlie.
Oh, I'm easily breaking the tie Bull Durham.
Okay.
Easily.
All right.
I mean, yeah, Bull
Yeah,
Durham is one
without
of
a
my
doubt.
go-tos.
All right. Now we are to
Oh.
ooh, this is gonna be a hard
Oh
one.
man.
Oh, what the hey?
Oh,
Little big league.
two of my favorite childhood movies head to head at the 6-11 seeds. Come on.
Nicholas, come on, Nicholas, you're killing me, Smalls. Come on.
I cannot control where the numbers put them. The numbers are what the numbers are. Little Big League with a 154 versus Sandlot with a 199, which I'm
The
kind
babe.
of kind of surprised. I feel like 199 is actually really low for Sandlot, but Sandlot was a 7.8 on IMDb, a 66 on Rotten Tomatoes, and a 55 on Metacritic, which is where I talk about where Metacritic always tends to throw the ranking off a little bit because you'll get a movie like that where you're like, how is 55? Really? Come on, Metacritic. Get get your shit together.
Yeah, Metacritic rates every movie like it's up for Best Picture of the Oscars, which shouldn't be the case for every movie.
No,
Right.
correct.
I mean, so I mean you have Little Big League, which, that's Henry Bowers, right?
Henry Rowe,
Henry Rowan
no,
Garden.
Aaron Garter.
yeah,
Rowan Garner. Okay. Where he inherits the
no, Henry Rowan
Minnesota.
Gardner's Rookie of the Year. I
Oh,
was
okay.
saying you had it the other
Oh,
round.
Oh, okay.
my
It's Billy
bad.
Haywood.
Oh, Billy Haywood.
Oh,
Okay. Billy Haywood inherits the Minnesota Twins. Or Sandlot, one of the most classic baseball movies of all time. It is a crime that this matchup is happening here and
Hmm.
not later. But again, I don't make the numbers make themselves.
You heard it here first, folks. Nicholas rigged the bracket to give us a tough decision.
controversy caused now on Pop Culture Roulette. Well, there's no. I mean, fellas, I'm just gonna tell you straight up. The Sandlot is, yeah.
Well, you
Yeah.
are currently wearing a
I
Sandlot
am
jersey,
wearing a
so
Sandlot jersey. I mean, that's one of my all-time favorite movies. Never mind
Yeah.
baseball
Yeah.
movies. The Babe. Yeah, no.
That wimpy deer?
That wouldn't be dear. The scene with Smalls in the pool. It's
Yeah.
just so, it's got so many
I mean,
good
I
scenes in
have to
that
go
movie.
Sandlot, but
Yeah.
I want to agonize to give the proper due to Little Big League
This
because
is true.
Little Big League is also just a classic. I
Uh,
mean,
I mean, Little Big League is a classic. It is a good one, but it is getting swept by The Sandlot.
yeah, it's getting
So,
swept. I just also
yeah.
want to shout out the scene in Little Big League where before they take the field, they're in the clubhouse and they're trying to solve his homework with the
Mm,
painting and riding it on the horse. You know what I'm talking about?
hmm.
And they're trying to do like it's like an algebra equation, but none of them can
Yep.
figure it out until I think who's the pitcher with the glove. He presses it up, he comes in and then does the algebra math for him, and then they go play the game. Just such a funny scene. A bunch of major leaguers helping an 11-year-old, their manager, get his homework done.
I love that.
this is going to be an interesting matchup because I don't know you too well enough to know how you're going to vote on this one. I feel like
Are
I
you being
do.
sarcastic or not? I can't
I
tell.
I feel like I do, but this one is. I mean, I know how I'm voting for it,
I know
Yeah,
how
me
I'm voting.
too.
but
Yeah.
you got Fever
Say it on the
Pitch.
count of three.
I mean,
One.
well, I have to. It's
Uh,
Fever Pitch with a 184 or Rookie of the Year with a 155. I feel like I know how Charlie's voting.
Hmm.
I mean,
I maybe I'm not so sure. I was thinking it was going to be a sweep, but maybe Nicholas is throwing me off here.
I might be, but I also could be just vamping to, fill time.
To fill
Um,
time and not throw away the bracket or
right.
throw away this matchup.
So I mean,
Okay, so it's a sweep.
it's pretty
That's kind
safe.
of why I'm just not
Upset
saying
City,
anything.
Upset City
It's pretty safe to say
in
Rookie of the
quotes.
Year. Charlie's voting Rookie of the Year, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Rookie of the year.
it's rookie of the year. Come
Okay.
on.
Tim's voting Rookie of the Year.
Yes.
I don't like Jimmy Fallon. I
I don't
don't.
mind Jimmy Fallon. I mean, it's
I don't
probably
like
the
Drew
only.
Barrymore. I'm on
Drew,
the
it's a
opposite
weird
side for that.
combo for, and he
Yeah.
talks about this movie all, and whenever he talks about being in a movie, it's always Fever Pitch.
Well, it's because it's the only
Um,
movie of his
yeah,
worth talking about.
yeah.
Um, I don't mind Fever Pitch as much as I don't like Jimmy Fallon. But yeah, it's Rookie of the Year. Come on, it's the
Yeah, it's
I
a
can't
no-brainer.
I can't vote for the Boston Red
How
Sox.
how Fever Pitch was ranked higher than Rookie of the Year
That
is
is a
weird.
and Little Big League. Come on.
Come on.
Because critics don't like movies aimed at children. That's why I think we're getting a lot of low scores for movies that should be ranked higher. All
Honestly,
right,
Sandlot should be higher, but that's another story for
yeah.
another day.
Yes,
Okay,
that's. I was quite surprised to see that at six.
here is one that I think we're going to be voting. I think I know how we're voting for this one as well. I know how I'm voting for it.
You
Late
want to stay married?
Late, well, it's not even that. It's just a late entry into the bracket. We have Angels into the outfield at 137, or the one that got added at the last minute, a movie called Everybody Wants Some. I did not have a chance to watch this movie today,
I've never seen it.
as I originally planned. It has a 241. It is somehow the two seed. I feel like Charlie might be the only one of us who have seen this movie.
I gotta give a shout out to one of our We Are Family brethren. That shout outs to Nick Testa. He's the one who told me I should watch it and recommended it to me because he thought it'd be up my alley. And it is. I'll give the quick. It was made in 2016, but it's about like a group of guys on a college baseball team in like the 1980s. But they filmed it in 2016. And funny enough, real hot in one of the hottest actors out there right now is in it as a younger actor, Glenn Powell.
Oh
Okay.
wow.
Yeah, I mean, I added it to my list to watch. I just did not have time to watch it. And I also feel like had we watched it, well, based on how Charlie's going to vote here, I think. Um,
Since we
It's a
both haven't
sweep.
watched
It's
it,
a
let
sweep.
let Charlie decide.
okay, yeah.
It's a sweep. No, you
Okay,
both. It's a sweep.
okay.
Yeah, I would pick Angels in
This
the
one,
outfield only
so
because
okay, so this one is one where I feel like that score is totally based off the Metacritic. Metacritic love that one.
So did Rotten
Really?
Tomatoes.
Okay.
Rotten
Yeah,
Tomatoes was an 87, Metacritic was an 85.
I'll have to check it out.
This movie had
it's on
the
Paramount Plus.
Thank you.
highest Metacritic, the highest Metacritic score. Um, Bad News Bears 76 had an 84 on Metacritic. Somehow Bull Durham only had a 73 where it had a 97 on Rotten Tomatoes. Rotten Tomatoes giving Bull Durham the
This
highest
this
score.
might be a hot take. If Nick Testa ends up listening, he can chime in after the fact. But I feel like everybody, while I did like it, I feel like it would have done better as a series. I don't want to give away too much if you guys are going to watch it. It
It's just a
just
weird name of a movie. If it's
the ending left a little for me to be desired.
Okay.
okay,
Yeah,
So I'll be curious to hear your
I
takes
also
after
feel
you guys.
like because Richard Linklater directed it, like he like it's automatically gonna get points that it probably doesn't deserve because he's one of those. He's like a Scorsese. People are automatically gonna nominate it for an Oscar because Scorsese directed it, even if it sucks, which all of his movies do. Um, all right. Moving on to the next part of the bracket here, where things are definitely gonna get more complicated. Because now, well, okay, maybe not with this first, the third round. Uh, Bad News Bears original versus Bad News Bears remake. Walter Matthau or Billy Bob Thornton. I'm
is
just
that
gonna
even
go
a
ahead.
question?
Just gonna go ahead and
Is
mark that all three.
That's done with that.
Yeah, done with that. You probably shouldn't have gotten as far as you did. Now you're gone. You're going home. All right. Now on to a real discussion. Major League
Ooh,
versus a League of Their Own.
Whew.
My all-time favorite baseball movie versus a good baseball movie. Not gonna lie, I do like A League of Their Own, but I'm Major League is the one movie I of all of these baseball movies that is I've watched more than anything else.
Charlie's going to be the tiebreaker.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, Tim, but I'm gonna have
Yeah,
to
it's
side with
fine.
Nicholas.
It's fine.
And we're talking about like two of my all-time favorites.
Yeah,
So
I would go with a
Major
League of
League
Their
to me
Own.
is my. Well, I don't want to give anything away, but
Understand. I
Major
I'm in
understand.
Nicholas's camp.
Major
I
League
understand.
is the movie I try to watch every year right before opening day. At
I
least,
safely watch that movie 3 to 4 times a year, I'd say.
yeah. Yeah, it is. It's the movie I try to watch at least once before opening day every year.
So we're saying goodbye to Tom Hanks, Rosie O'Donnell, and Madonna. Oh, all right.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I'm not bad
Okay.
about getting
and
rid of it.
and it's and it's another movie that I'll watch
Gina
almost
Davis
every
too.
time it's on, which is a
Yeah.
shame. But
I mean,
Yeah.
it's I'm not taking away anything from A League of Their Own. But these two movies against each other. I mean, if A League of Their Own was going against somebody else, I might vote for them. But
yeah,
because
I'm
of
a
who it
sucker for the heart movies, and that's a
yeah,
heart movie too. Yeah.
because of who it's up against, it's going home. And, that's just how it happens.
yeah, that's a tough one. But
Boo.
I still quote me. I mean, I quote both of them, but I think
Just a
Major
bit
League might be my
outside.
most quotable.
Yeah.
Just as
This guy here is dead.
head.
So cross him off then.
Oh God, Charlie Sheen. Okay.
We are not talking about the people in the movies. We are talking about the
No.
movie.
I
Um,
know, I know.
we're
Well,
not talking.
he is
We're
in the
not.
movie though.
Yeah,
He's,
we are
he's
not talking about the politics of the people involved in the movies.
no
Or
winning. Okay.
all right. Here's ooh, this one's gonna be more difficult for the two of you. I'm gonna vote first on
That's
this
not
one.
difficult for me at all.
It is Bull Durham versus the Sandlot. I'm gonna go ahead and vote first because I think I know. Well, actually, I don't, but I'm going Sandlot over Bull Durham. It's just that is what that is how I'm voting.
And that is how I'm voting.
Yeah,
It's
that's
yeah.
how I'm voting too. I'll say as far as like a pure baseball movie, I think I'd lean Bull Durham, but as far as like a entertainment movie, we're watching a movie, I'm picking Sandlot, a
Yep.
100 out of 100. But
I,
Bull Durham's right up there for me too.
I could literally have a million things to do in the day, and if that pops on a TV, I'll sit down and Eric will be like, "What are you doing?" We have to do things. Yeah.
All right. I think, oh,
Oh.
well, somebody's Cinderella run is coming to an end now.
Hey, but
Rookie
look
of
at
the,
that. We got a double-digit seed to the Final Four.
oh yeah, well, this is what happens when you do a pop culture roulette bracket because very often, and it is, I think it's fair to say that at this point. in all of these brackets that I've done when I have to do the numbers so that I can objectively put them on the bracket. The movies critics don't like are the ones that, as a group, most of us tend to like more. It's
Right.
almost like critics don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Um,
No, really?
you know,
They're
um,
also they're also much harsher on like quote unquote stupid comedies. Like
They
right.
are.
every Adam Sandler movie ever, no matter how
Yes.
hilarious they are, they'll hate on them,
Yeah.
Like Happy
So,
Gilmore.
right.
which
Yeah,
you have
Um,
now seen.
twice.
Woo!
Yeah.
okay. This one's tough. I don't know. Man, I don't know. I think I'm gonna let the two of you vote first before
I'm
I
taking
vote.
Rookie of the Year
I
here.
figured as
And
much.
um and I'm taking Angels in the Outfield.
Okay, you're gonna make
Oh,
life
all right.
difficult
Leave
on
it up to
me.
Nicholas. Perfect.
Okay, well then I
There you
guess I
go.
should
Oh wait, I'm
have.
sorry, Nicholas, in case. I didn't
Hmm.
mean to do that.
Oh no, it happens. Okay. And I don't think I'm gonna be wrong with what I vote for either
I was gonna,
way.
you can't go wrong here.
I
These are
can't go
two great
wrong
ones.
either way. I think I'm gonna go Rookie of the Year.
Ooh.
I think I like it as a baseball movie better, and my complicated feelings towards Angels in the Outfield being a movie that makes fun of the team whose hat I'm currently wearing. And it's also like the logo. I never really liked the A with the wing logo.
Yeah.
I've always liked the classic A with the halo.
Halo, yeah.
So,
Don't they call them the Halos?
yes, they
Yeah.
do. Okay, so I believe we are now to our final four.
And maybe if Tony Danza would have survived. I mean, come on.
Angela. Okay.
All right, so we're now to
All
the
right.
final four, and this is the final four that I'm not surprised by, quite honestly.
This is
Um, this is
yeah.
this and this final four seems right,
I know
and
where Charlie's going with this whole thing. Go ahead.
you're probably not wrong, but for when we're talking baseball comedy movies, these four being in the final four seems right. But our first matchup here is Bad News Bears, remembering this is the original Bad News Bears, the 1976 version, or Major League.
Well, Tim's probably going Bad News Bears. So if you want to be the tie, you're not.
No, I would
Oh
pick
my
Major
goodness,
League here.
Major
Yeah,
League.
no.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
like
think we're a sweep here.
Bad News Bears. Well, just like the movie, they lost.
Yeah,
They
they had a
got
good run though.
they had a good run. They got almost to the final. They're so close, and then but
Yeah, I can't go Bad News Bears over
They
Major
learned a
League.
lot. They'll
No.
regroup and they'll be
they'll
back next year.
yeah. I mean, it'll probably still go the same, but
I'm sure. But hey,
all
they
right.
tried.
And then we are now talking about The Sandlot versus Rookie of the Year, which I think is
Uh,
going to get a little harder for the two of you.
Not hard for me, Sandlot.
Okay.
I'm also in the same exact boat. Also not hard for me, Sandlot.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I mean, I was gonna go Sandlot as well. I just thought maybe with Pete Crow Armstrong being a Cub that you'd maybe want to throw a little more
Oh,
love to Rookie of
the
the
Pete
Year,
Crow
but
I mean,
connection.
if we're gonna go that route, I should have advanced Little Big League all the way.
That's
The actual
true.
yeah,
mother is the mom in Little Big League.
Yep.
true. All right, but just with the Cubs and just in
Yeah,
general, but
I can put my bias aside.
yeah,
This
well, so I did
to
too
me,
and voted against.
my
I
two
noticed
favorite
that.
baseball movies are in the finals, so I guess I can't
Okay.
really be upset with the seeding.
This is going to be an interesting discussion.
So our final matchup is Major League, the 5 seed with a 217, which quite honestly is again criminally low. Should be much higher.
Agreed.
Versus Sandlot, which is a 199, which is also
Criminally
probably
low.
criminally low. Um,
Agreed.
they're the first two movies I wrote down when I started making this list for baseball comedy movies. I mean, literally number one on my list is Sandlot, number two is Major League. Now, when I write the list, I write down from memory before I start going on Google and like figuring out other movies that I forgot. Those are the first two I think of. Those are the first two I thought of. I know how I'm voting. I think I knew how I was voting before we ever even got to this matchup. I feel like I know who's about to win, but I'm going to let Tim go first.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going to be outvoted here. I know that. I mean, it's yeah. But yeah, no, I will definitely support The Sandlot. I will give that a vote, even though I'm
Okay.
pretty sure that's not going to win.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
for
vote
me,
no.
this is like my it's not even like 1A and 1B because they're like so high up. It's like it's like 1A against 1AA. Like if
Yeah,
that makes sense.
yeah,
Yeah.
It for me, I'm such a Sandlot fan. To me, Major League is my go-to, my number
I
one.
knew that was happening.
You know,
and
if if the Sandlot was like, but like I wouldn't even want it to be a little edgier because it would take away from like,
No.
right?
right,
It's a
That's just what
classic
gives the slight
movie.
edge for me
It's
to Major
sweet.
League.
Yeah.
Man, this is so hard. This is one where if I think Nicholas he already indicated with the click.
yeah, yeah,
He's going with my side on this, but this is one where if he said The Sandlot, I would be like, bravo. I wouldn't complain.
yeah.
I mean, this one is just I have, although thanks to Tim, I think I do have three versus two in terms of Sandlot bobbleheads versus Major League bobbleheads,
Yes, you do.
but I'm still picking Major League.
So
I
wait, it's winning
Tiger Blood.
yeah.
Tiger Blood?
I like I said, Major League is of it's towards the top of just my all-time favorite movies. Like it's one of the movies I've probably seen more than a lot of other movies outside of the Adam Sandler verse. Uh,
If you've ever played the game that they play in The Office, where when they're waiting for the fire, when Ryan starts the fire in the kitchen and they're doing Desert Island, you can only have these for the rest of your life. Like, there's no doubt Major League is in my small list of movies that you have that
yeah,
like you rewatch for over and over and over.
yeah.
Major League for sure is in my small list.
Yeah. It's
I'm glad
it's
Sandlot got an honorable mention.
Yeah,
it's
Sandlot's on that list too. Don't get me wrong,
so yeah,
but
it is for me, like if we were just to do like a baseball movie list, like if we tried to figure out how to vote for Field of
Sandlot would
Dreams
be up
for
there still.
yeah, Sandlot would be up there pretty, but if we tried to vote Field of Dreams versus A League of Their Own or movies that were just like, we put on The Fan or some, bizarre baseball movies, like for me, Major League would still be coming out on top of that bracket. It is the first baseball movie I think of,
Fair enough.
you know. And it's so good that like I probably have rewatched number two and I'm not gonna say I've seen number three all that many times, but I've seen it more than once because I'm such a fan of the first one that like sometimes I get in a habit of like if I see one, like I have to see them all. Like if I sit down and watch Back to the Future, I'm more than likely gonna
Same.
watch all three movies.
And then
yeah.
regret my life decisions after watching three.
Okay.
It's yeah.
So yeah. So there we go. There we have it. The pop culture roulette slash around the bases stamp of approval has come down and said that Major League is the favorite of baseball comedies. Maybe next year we'll come back and we'll try to do just baseball movies or there's some comedies that I left off. Like we didn't talk about the Sandlot sequels because I think most people don't want to acknowledge they exist to begin
They
with.
don't exist. I don't know what you're
They
talking
don't
about.
exist. They did go
So
straight to video or something like that.
yeah,
Oh,
Therefore, does not count.
correct.
well, there I think we put a couple of movies on this list that went straight to video, but
We did. No, I mean, I'm glad that Sandlot is second. I mean, they're two totally different, like you mentioned earlier, Charlie, two
absolutely.
totally different baseball
Yeah.
movies, like two
Hmm.
baseball comedies. But like, so Sandlot is that like classic, think back to your past, kind of cute, funny little baseball movie that reminds you of your childhood, and Major League's just a raunchy, fun
Yeah.
baseball movie. I mean,
Well,
yeah,
Sandlot is that coming of age movie that Jeremy
yeah,
tends to
like
really
Stand By
like.
Me. Yeah,
Yeah,
I like those too.
the Jeremy tends to really like where like Major League is the ridiculous comedy that Justin tends to like. So I feel like I think if I had done this bracket with those two guys, this is probably pretty close to the same outcome. In fact, I'm not sure I never know how Jeremy's going to vote anyway. Um, Justin, I tend to have a better idea of, but for the most, even then, if he just gets in a mood. But yeah. All right. Well, so normally we end the episode with what have you guys been watching? But normally it's been like it's not been, months since I've spoken to you guys past just text messages or sharing memes with each other. But just real quick, anything you guys have been watching that you want to like shout out, movies, TV, anything that you've been, keeping up with recently that is worth talking about?
I'll let you lead off, Tim, since you
Well,
lost the tiebreaker on Sandlot.
I just finished the season of Beast Games. We just finished watching Traders, which I really loved. Uh,
Beast Games. You look awful
don't
familiar. Were you
even,
were
don't
you
even
player
do that.
37?
Did you, what, for 2 seconds in the first episode?
Hey, a couple more split seconds later on.
They edited me out of the show. That's all I'll say about that. But yes, I
I
was on Beast Games
I
for a
know what
second.
that's like.
I know you do. I know. I trust me. I understand. Yeah, I mean it was a fun experience and it was another notch on the belt, number 6, and
You got to meet some cool people.
I did. I got to meet some cool people, make some cool friends. Yeah, I mean, I listen. Every experience is worth its ounce in gold. So I mean, it was fun. But yeah, watching TV. I mean, I've seen Traders. I don't know if you watch that. I know your wife watches that, Nicholas.
You should get into it,
House of
Nicholas. It's
Villains. I
worthy of
just
it.
started watching, which is hilarious. If you want to watch a funny reality
Did
show.
you watch the premiere?
Uh-huh. Yeah, so funny.
I
Um.
Well, to give you an idea of how I feel about shows like that, I'm currently watching the new version of Fear Factor.
I'm
Oh,
watching that too.
Um,
Charlie will not watch it, but I'm watching it.
I love the challenges, but it's all of the nonsense bullshit in between the
I
challenges
fast forward
that drives me up a fucking wall. That I cannot like it's
the
like
drama.
I want to go back to the old like the Joe Rogan where it's pretty much just the challenges.
What'd
Like
you think of the last episode, the pain episode, when they're at the electric? The guy's like holding onto the.
he was a little
That's crazy.
well, there's a word I wanted to use, but I'm not
A
going to.
bee?
But
You were gonna say?
a
well, I
female
mean,
peril.
So there was a part of one of the challenges, Charlie, is it was a paint auction, and they had this guy had he won the bid to for 100 volts. He had to hold on to this pole, and Johnny Knoxville would like ramp up the power, and he's like, "Hey!"
he was it's 100 volts. It's not that much. Like you have 120 coming out of the socket in your house, and I don't know about you guys, but I've definitely shocked myself a number of times because I am one of the idiots who are like, oh, I can change this outlet without turning the power off. Um,
I do
I've
feel like the producers told him to ramp it up or something.
yeah, I think that he was really pushing that one. Um, I will say that the needle one with it
Oh, that was painful.
that he had to take 13 needles to the
In the
arm,
arm,
like
in the
like
arm. Charlie's
like
very
basically,
This is
queasy.
why I don't watch this one.
yeah. Um,
What about the pie at the end with all
we're not going to
the
describe that
mouse
for
tail?
yeah,
Yuck.
we're not
Ew.
going to describe those for Charlie's sake.
I know that's why I
Um,
was describing it. Sorry, Charlie.
That's okay.
I'm such a
but
good
yeah,
friend.
but yeah, like it is like I like that's like I love like my reality and where I tend to stick at reality show is like next gen kids baking champion or like tournament of champions on Food Network, like because they don't tend to get all bitchy about stuff.
Um, Speaking of, the host of Top Chef was on this season of The Traitors, so
She
there's another
Yeah.
reason
was.
for you to watch.
Well, that's, I can't, I just don't like that style of reality show where they're just yum, 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 yum against each other. Like, that's why I don't watch Survivor. Like, if it was just the challenges, I would probably really enjoy Survivor because, like, I
You
come
would hate
home
this season with the 3 hours.
because
Well,
when
that
I,
was only the first episode, right?
when I come
Yeah.
home and Jess is watching the Survivor, if like she's got the challenges on, like I enjoy that, like watching them do that stuff.
Yeah,
But
you just
like
don't like
it's
the tribal politics.
yeah, it just drives me up a wall,
So
and I
you would
just
hate
don't.
Big Brother completely because that's all it is.
Yeah, there's a reason I've never watched an episode of Big Brother.
But yeah, Charlie and I haven't done our podcast recently because of life. But it's if we did do it at this moment, we would not be talking about Fear Factor.
Well, you could describe a few of
I
the things, and
I
I'd
wouldn't want to
humor
do that to you.
it.
The Boys is coming back, isn't it? Though, guys, I know it's
Yeah,
something
the
we all
boys.
Yeah,
watch. I
Yeah.
can't wait for that.
I'm late, so don't spoil it yet. But I'm on like the second to last episode of season 2 of Fallout. I've been
I
catching
I've
up
haven't
on
watched
that.
Fallout.
I haven't watched season 2 of Fallout yet. I've watched season 1, but I haven't had a chance to watch
They're
the
coming out
Season,
with a reality show of Fallout. They're
oh yeah, I
casting
heard
for.
about that.
oh, yeah.
Season
I'm
one's definitely better, but
I've been really addicted to this game called Disney Speedstorm, a little racing game on my Xbox. So I have not been watching as much TV as normal.
wait,
But
Don't
no, no,
bring up
no,
the Xbox, please.
Tim, please, please, no, 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 continue.
but
Hey, Nicholas, did you know that you could play that racing game against Tim because he owns an Xbox? Except, oh wait, no, you couldn't play against him
It's in
because
the
he
box
still hasn't taken it
currently.
out of its box.
I
you
want an
have
Xbox.
is it the Series X? Is it the new one?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
if you want to donate it to a friend who,
Oh my
is
God.
is
It's
still
still
going
in
with
the
the
box.
it still has an Xbox One and does need to upgrade, if you don't
yeah.
Charlie
want it.
just Charlie
I
just
also,
ended up giving up asking me
I
if I was
also,
gonna take it out of the box.
I also tried to let Tim know that you can watch like Netflix and Paramount Plus and the streaming services via the Xbox. So it would like serve more than just the purpose of sitting there and not being played a game on it. But we tried.
I get the comments. What the hell is it still doing in the box?
I'm just saying, if you feel like donating it, I know a guy.
Nicholas, if I had known that you were so, I would have helped you win one. Like I literally helped 10 million people win one of those, dude.
Yeah,
Next time I will do that.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Can you tell them to do that same contest again? Because that seemed
Yeah,
pretty
I
easy.
mean, Feastables, Mr. Beast's
Oh, yeah,
shit
yeah.
candy bar. They gave away 711 Xboxes like last at the end of last year.
Oh.
I'm definitely now that I know you're into that you want that, it's on my brain, so we'll help
Oh,
you win
okay.
one.
All
So
right.
consider yourself having a new Xbox in the next like 6 to 10 months. Tim will
I'm
find
not
another
even kidding.
contest and pull it off.
So,
I literally, yeah, I think I've
You
won
got
every
what now?
sweepstakes involved with
5 more
Feastables.
days and you're leaving on a nice trip that you just won?
Yeah, to Antigua
oh yeah, that one
from
you won
live
on.
with Kelly and Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The king of sweepstakes over here.
Tax time's fun, but yeah. Yeah. So how have you guys been? You've been good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kept it behind on mostly everything, catching up little by little when I can. But
Shoveling snow.
no, it's melted all on its own. So
Nice. How's the
hopefully it
baby?
stays. I'm sure we'll get some more snow, but you
Charlie
know.
has a new baby. Charlie and Rosie. How's the
Uh,
baby?
how
Dylan.
about Indiana Hoosiers winning the national championship?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
That
we
was kind of
didn't.
cool.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the craziest sports stories of all time, in that like they haven't won the Big Ten in like what, 80 something years?
Before Signetti was hired, we were the single losingest Division One program, the most losses in all of Division One, and in two
Which
years won the national championship.
which is why
Insane.
the playoff system that now exists in college football is so amazing, because it had they not done that, it did not matter. Had this been the old style where it was solely based on like voting, they never would have been voted in, because the old way of voting, they just would have been like, oh, well, you're not one of the blue chips, so you're not going to win.
Yeah, probably like maybe 2046 or so when you're doing a new pop culture roulette sports movie, that might be the new winner. I mean, like there's this, and I don't know how familiar you guys are with soccer, but Leicester City is the other one that's like in the same stratosphere. This was back in like the 60s, I want to say,
Yeah.
and
It's
in a
it's
crazy run to the Premier League. So I mean, this is like
it's
there's like it's truly remarkable.
It's the kind of story that in a movie, in a sports movie, you're just like, that's the unbelievable part, where like a team like Indiana all of a
Yeah,
sudden gets good and wins a national title. You're like, it's like I listen, I love Waterboy. Waterboy is my one of my top three Adam Sandler movies. But the most unbelievable part of that movie is that like Southeast Louisiana State can be on like a 64 game losing streak, start winning, and all of a sudden be in the national title game
right,
in the system that existed back then.
right, exactly.
It's funny. I remember a couple months back, Troy was like, "Oh, the Hoosiers have a chance to go to the national championship. Is going to be in Miami. Clear your calendar." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, okay, okay." And I mean, as it got closer, he's like, "Yeah, it's coming, it's coming." I'm like, "What?
Well,
And when they
I
made
did
it, I was
I
like,
did
"Damn,
urge one game at a time.
you
I was
did." But I
very
was like, "You were." But
yeah,
I never expected it. And then when it happened, I was like, all right, you are coming to South Florida, right? And yeah,
yeah.
that was the bonus for me. I got to have breakfast with you and drive you to the stadium. But yeah.
Tim was literally my chauffeur for like the whole day. It was
Oh, it was
He
fun. You
couldn't have
didn't
been
have
nicer.
to. It was fun
He
to hang out
picked me
with
up from
you.
my friend's house and took me to the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, which was crazy nice. I wasn't, I didn't know what to expect. Then dropped me to drop off my bags and took me to the stadium. I mean,
It
it
was
was,
fun.
it was great. Yeah, it was
And then
that
you got to see
that
the biggest
rivals
game of your
Game
life.
7, 2016. That for
Yeah.
me,
I
that's
was going to ask that question. Like, how was that compared to the Cubs winning the World
I
Series?
mean,
Yeah.
nothing will beat the Cubs, obviously, for me.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was as close as I didn't think I'd even be able to have another sporting event that could even have this question come up and even be like a question. So the fact that I got that close in and itself is wild. But
And
yeah, this
Fernando is very an interesting guy who is just he's a model kind of player for that team, and I think he's going to be huge in the NFL. So we'll see how that
yeah,
works out.
Raiders gets to
Raiders,
go
yeah.
learn from Mr. Tom Brady
He
himself.
says he says I'm currently unemployed, but I'm looking
Yeah,
for a job.
yeah. And then they asked him, what would happen if you didn't go number one? He's like, there's a million great players in this draft.
He's so
I don't go
humble.
number. He's great, honestly. He's
Yeah,
so easy to root for, and
he's a nice guy.
hopefully he's successful in the next level.
Yeah, I mean, I know that Brady is a part owner of the Raiders, but I mean, the Raiders are just a mess of a franchise. So
True,
I,
but
I,
better than the
That's why
Jets,
they're getting him. That's
yeah,
why the
better than the
better,
Raiders are.
Jets or the
better than,
Browns.
better. Yeah, okay, you're right. They are are the Cowboys.
Yeah, or the
Wait, you
Cowboys.
you mean moving from Oakland didn't solve their problems?
Surprisingly, when you keep the same
Oh,
ownership group. All right,
what's gonna happen
well,
with the A's? Never mind. I had
I
to go back to
guess
baseball.
let's see here. Let's think of a good way to get out of. Well, I know. I no. Okay, I know how I'm going to do it. All right. Welcome, not welcome. This is the end of the podcast. I'm not starting over again. This is where I say, remember, if you're the city of Chicago and you're so stupid that you can't figure out how to keep a 100-year-old football team, remember, stupid never walks alone.
Comic books have been around for almost a century, and in the last 2 decades, we've finally gotten to see many of these characters brought to life in movies and on TV. On the Moving Panels podcast, we discuss movies and TV shows based on, inspired by, and adapted from the world of comic books. Join me and my guests as we discuss both the good and the bad from Marvel, DC, and even some of the lesser-known comic book companies. Learn what is and isn't from the comics, as well as our nerdy review of the movie or show. New episodes drop every Monday, and you can find us wherever you listen to podcasts. So join us for Moving Panels, and I'll see you on the other side of the page.
Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and listen to an 80s Flick Flashback podcast once in a while, you could miss it. Do you love movies of a certain age? Do you miss the days of VHS tapes, VCRs, and the video rental stores? Does the thought of another 80s movie being remade seem inconceivable? My name is Tim Williams. I'm the creator and host of the 80s Flick Flashback podcast. On each episode, I'm joined by guest co-hosts to discuss one of the many movies released in the 1980s. We share our first-time watch memories, our favorite scenes, and even learn some behind-the-scenes stories about the cast and crew along the way. New episodes are released every other Friday on your favorite podcasting platform. So make like a tree, get out of here, and go listen to an excellent episode of the 80s Flick Flashback Podcast. The ad is over. Go home. Go.